Whoa, what's up, everybody? You saw your girl got kicked off the internets. Skynet will not be defeated. Anyways, so marketers and builders are going to be the winners of 2019. Why? Now, maybe people say, well, Erica, what are you talking about? Builders? You mean people who build homes? No, 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 not necessarily builders who build homes. I mean people who are building with consistency. Because a lot of people, I see it all the time. You know, entrepreneurship is lonely. They're not making enough sales. They're frustrated. And they quit. And they go back and get jobs. And they quit building. I see it every day of the week. Trust. But people who are still building, still growing, still expanding, they're going to see the reap the rewards next year. They really are. And here's how I know. There are several companies that are, I would say, in between size kind of guys. And all of a sudden, more space is becoming available. More buildings are being opened for less money. You know, a contract closed. These whole sets of buildings are empty. You know, we can move you up to a bigger size place. So these guys were going to get in a 3,000 square foot place. Now they're getting a 6,000 square foot place for the same price. So again, I told you a lot of commercial space is going for cheaper. A lot of marketing is going for cheaper. I've literally, for the past 3 months, been checking on infomercial ads, radio ads, TV ads, the cost of those things, how to make them go. And for real, like, they're going for pennies on the dollar. So if you could come in, hit the like button, because we don't want to get kicked off Skynet again. Hit the like button and drop your city and state. That helps so much, because that helps us figure out where to do meetups. So I'm going to Grant Cardone's 10X conference in Miami. We're trying to figure out what we can do while we're in Miami. I'll also be hitting Atlanta probably after that. So we're trying to figure out what we can do in Atlanta. There's a lot of stuff we can hit on the East Coast in a relatively short period of time. We just got to get it lined up. So anyway, and what do I mean by marketers, right? So I'm always telling people to read the book, Grant Cardone, If You're Not First, You're Last. A lot of businesses who are like, we're trying to save money. We're trying to conserve. That's the worst word you can use, conserve. Why? You should be in a state of building. Because if you're not growing, you're dying. Point blank period, really. Sorry. If you're not growing, you're dying. And what do I mean by that? If you're not growing, you're dying. Companies that are just holding the line, making new sales, or not making new numbers. Some people will be like, oh, we're doing all right. We're still holding it. It's like, no, that's terrible. You need to be growing. You need to be growing your company. Your business needs to be making some new revenue. So hence, you see a lot of people in two different spaces, right? So if you're at 35,000 to 50,000, you need to bump that up. You need to get to 70, 80,000. If you're somebody in the 80 to 90,000 range, you need to get over that $130,000 hump for real. Because what happens is, again, new level, the joke is new levels, new devils, or more money, more problems, all that crazy stuff. But literally, you should be growing and as you grow, everybody's like, oh, no new friends. That's bull. You need to be going to new events, new conferences. You need to be expanding out. I'm not saying spend Monday through Friday with these new people you don't know, but you should once or twice a month be getting to know some new people. A lot of people keep telling me they got problems. It's the same problems I heard last year, same problems I heard 3 years ago, same problems from 10 years ago. And the problem is they are not expanding. They as a person are not growing. They aren't getting any new people in their circle. Now, I know some people say, well, Erica, I'm married. That's hard to do. You don't understand. I got a wife and kids. We can't be just throwing new people up in this equation. I feel you. If anybody feel you, I feel you. I hear you. It's, kids are taxing. But that doesn't change that you'll need more money, right? A lot of people have a dream life in their mind. And what's happening and what I'm seeing is a lot of people are in their 40s and 50s finally getting that big old house they always dreamed of, that real big house. Well, your kid's about to go to college. You don't even need that house. Now, I know, be careful, because people say, well, Erica, you said the word need. True, you may want that house, but do your pockets want that house? Do you want to clean that much house? There's several key factors to what I'm saying. A lot of people are doing things in an off season, right? Usually in your 50s and 60s, you're trying to downsize. That's just something American people have been taught. You don't have to downsize, but in order to not have to downsize, what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to ramp it up. You're going to have to ramp up the income. You're going to have to ramp up the activity. See, a lot of people want to double their income, but they don't want to double what it takes to get the income. That's why whenever I do phone calls with people, I always ask, where are you getting your leads from? Where do your sales come from? How can you double that? Right? Start there. Always 10x what you're doing. That's the best part. Because you already know how to do that. You have confidence in that. When you really like break it down and you really hammer and go, okay, this is what I'm good at. This is what I know what to do. How can I do more of this? Right? I'm good at YouTube videos. Let's do more YouTube videos. Just, hypothetical. I'm good at starting companies and managing them and getting management over them. Do more of that. Whatever it is you do more of that. 10x that. Because when you're flowing in something you're good at, you're confident, you can speak about it highly. That's why you have some of these people who are wholesalers or some of these people are salesmen, been salesmen for a long time. They can go from company to company. It don't matter the item, they can keep selling. And if you notice with these conferences, a lot of people go, oh man, Erica, conferences are a waste of money. Not for the people in the industry. If you look up, they have a whole construction industry of conferences. Okay? They go to conferences and they learn new techniques, new things. And I'm telling y'all, like I did the video on super teams because that is the future. A lot of the people I called for the trucks to get under their company umbrella, they were small guys who were trying to get big, trying to get real big for 2019. They're trying to take on a lot of new people and a lot of new trucks, and they're welcoming you with open arms. So how do they get big? Marketing, building. Same here, okay? How do I 10x my income without burning myself out to death, right? How do I take a month off but 10x the income, right? I got to be smart about it. Marketing. What is marketing going to do? YouTube ads, radio ads, TV ads. These things are all going to blow up the brand in ways I cannot. Period. In ways I cannot. So I'm driving through the nowhere parts going to Houston tonight. I'm going to a wholesalers event in Houston. So hey, if you're in Houston, if you see my Instagram, I already posted up there. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, I'm driving, so I know y'all probably talking about something, but I can barely see it. So, end of the day, 10xing what you do well. What do you do well? Where can you market? Let's keep it a buck. 85 TV commercials for $500. Now, the first thing somebody say, well, are they playing at night? When are they playing? It don't matter if they play at night or during the day. Now, if they play at night, that means people are sitting on the couch, they watching TV, maybe they in the bed, play at night. People that work in the daytime, might see them. There's a lot of ways to look at that. Sorry, the road is loud in this part. But same thing, radio. I was calling for some radio ads for this one area. And I could be on the radio all day, y'all. I'm not even joking. Every hour on the hour for like $2,000. And I was like, no, I just want to be on the radio on Sundays. Just one day a week, all day long. Over and over all day Sunday. Whenever they turn on the radio on Sunday, I want to be on it. And it was interesting. It was like $2,000. Very cheap. And all that's telling me is the economy's shifting, right? Who was a big marketer on their phone that went away? On their Sundays that went away, that they opened up the spot, right? Another one. I'll give you this, and it doesn't matter. I'm going to give this to y'all because a consulting company gave this to me, and I don't care. Long story short, I thought about writing this book, this conservative book, and they were like, oh man, we're going to do this website. And I was like, well, should I do a YouTube channel? No, don't say anything. We're going to do a radio blast. We're going to put you on all the big name radios, right? And who is that? Rush Limbaugh, all the conservative radio stations, you already know. And your ads are going to play every bit between all their shows. And I laughed at first, and I thought, very smart, right? That's where all the ad spin was going to go. Over and over and over and over to those particular radio stations. So that their listeners would pick it up and buy it. And it's radio, so what? They can't see you, right? I just thought it was very genius. I thought it was very genius. Of course, they're going to see you when they get the book off Amazon, but yep, you can. Yes, I'll bounce too. But I'm just saying, Frankie, for this particular book, it was a conservative book, right? It was. We were doing a mock-up conversation about it, but super interesting. Super interesting. But yeah, Bounce TV, all the Listen, I've been calling them. Y'all don't even know. Like, some of these magazines where it used to cost $10,000 for a full page, you're getting a full page for like $500 because magazine advertisers took a hit. You know, it's a lot of opportunity out there, man. Looking over in this field, there's Spotify ads for $2.50. There you go. There you go. Bing, 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 bing. Because if you listen to, well, not Spotify, but if you listen to Pandora, do anybody remember Pandora? So Pandora, you would you drive on the road, and Pandora, if you're in Raleigh, or like, so my Pandora, I guess, had Raleigh attached to it for whatever reason. I think I was doing something for that month in Raleigh, and that's all it played was Raleigh businesses. That's all it played was Raleigh businesses. It was super interesting. It's very beautiful. Anyway, sorry, looking out of the road. But at the end of the day, this is just something builders and marketers are going to win. If they're only using 20% of YouTube advertising space, that means 80% of the space is still open. All right, so imagine how much radio ad space there's open. And the key here is just in concentration. So a lot of people in the daytime, when they're at work, they're going to hear the same old, Bob's FM or whatever, the same old stations over and over again. So you want to be in concentration. So if you could, you'd be like, hey, I want every ad on Sunday. So all day long, when they turn the radio on Sunday, they keep hearing the same thing all day long. Because if you spread it out over the week, it's just different, right? You're trickling across the week, right? So that's what I tell people. I'm like, you guys got to find a way to build, because let's be honest, somebody said Spotify ads for $2.50. I don't even know how many ads that buys. I'm just going off what they said. But imagine if you're a brand new singer and you want to blow up in Dallas, and you buy $500 in Spotify ads, instead of standing out trying to sell CDs, but like directly Spotify ads, you're going to be on, people are going to hear you more. They're going to have more access to you and more likely to buy. There's been several independent artists. I've just bought their albums off of hearing it. And it was like, oh, 6 CDs? Buy it. Wow, that's crazy. Some guy's on a bike out here on this very busy road that's going 70 miles an hour. People are going 70 miles an hour and he's on a bicycle going downhill. God bless those bicycle people. They're crazy. But this is just something you guys need to think on. You really need to think on that. Like Grant Cardone, for a while, bought up every ad he could on YouTube, buying Facebook ads. He's throwing Jared in ads. He's also lucky because he has all these people running around with 10X stuff on and 10X gear. Look, I got the wristbands. We're marketing for him. But if you want to get in people's ears and people purchase something, because there's going to come a time where you're going to be like, hey, look, Spotify, whoever your person, because once you start spending a certain amount of money, they literally make note and they can call you and contact you for certain companies, not all. But let's say you spent, I don't know, $3,000 on Spotify, then all of a sudden you decided you're not going to spend no more. You're going to get a phone call. Somebody going to try to call you. Hey, how can we earn your business back? I'm going to need $6,000 worth of ads for $3,000. That's what I'm going to need. And if you guys don't get nothing else out of the 4-hour work week, that's what he was talking about. Go last minute to magazine companies, radio stations, and ask if you can put, can you buy ad space? Oh, yeah. And they always have something because people fall through cracks all the time. But get it for low. So, again, Tim Ferriss was like, the person was trying to get him for $10K. Tim Ferriss was like, no, my budget is $2,500. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people used the technique when he first put the book out. I don't know if they're still doing it now. But you should definitely use that technique. Reach out to them last minute. You got to find out, though, when it comes to magazines, when they're putting out. Same thing with your community impact magazines. When do they put out? When do they advertise? When do they need your advertisers to turn their information in? Stuff like that. It's crazy boring in this part. I'm shocked. But again, when it comes to buying real estate and buying properties, a lot of these super teams, how do they get connected? Word of mouth and marketing. Period. I know this seems a little bit like repetitive about the marketing tip, but I'm trying to get you guys to see, if you go on American Greed, a lot of times, a lot of those guys, if you guys go watch that show, I love that show. A lot of them were word of mouth, but your biggest and craziest was Kevin Trudeau. TV infomercials. Made $60 million off infomercials at night. And I promise you, when he first did those infomercials, he didn't pay a lot for them. That's pretty much the business model. Now, Kevin Trudeau built a business model, right? So now when you have these companies, I hate to say it, like the men's male performance enhancement pills, that's all they do. They literally buy nighttime infomercials and radio ads, and they sell. That's it. They don't go buy magazines, they don't do all this, they just literally get on TV and radio and sell. Yeah. You know, now Kevin Trudeau put that money with that girl. If he can't find that girl when he get out, he's gonna put the hands on her. I'm just telling you. He ain't gonna put the hands on her. Watch, Kevin Trudeau is gonna write another book. How I survive. I mean, it's gonna be something motivational. Surviving the rise and the fall of Kevin Trudeau. I'm telling you, all the time. That's what it's gonna be. So, you know, this recession doesn't have to be horrible for you. This can be good, but you're gonna have to move up. If you're at 35,000, you gotta move up to 50,000. If you have 50,000, you need to move up to 70,000. If you at 90, you need to move to 130. I sell magazine ads. Lowest is at 1,305. What's that for, Dylan? Is that for the whole page? I mean, yeah, Kevin Trudeau, I'm seeing here and there. Kevin Trudeau, the whole thing of like being in jail. The saddest part about jail is kids go there, and I hate to say the word kids, but I have to. They go there, but they don't, all they're learning, in honesty, all they're learning is how to do different types of crimes. That's it. Unfortunately, that's all they learn is how to do other crimes, right? They come out and do different crimes, right? There was a kid who was like real tiny. He went to jail for credit card fraud. And I was like, this kid is so small. I felt bad because I just, like, the kid's not even 5'4". And every time he was facing 35, I was like, for credit cards that he didn't even get, he didn't grab them from me. He just got them from banks online. That kid needs a better attorney, right? So eventually I went back and checked on the story, and the kid did get out. But again, like, you know, that kid has a mind for tech. Kid has a mind for tech. He should be somewhere else. If I can say it that way, he should be somewhere else. I would say for those magazine ads, oh my God, if you guys could see this whole thing out here in this field, it's hilarious. For magazines, was there ever a time when there had, during the recession, was it like 500 or 250? Put an answer in the comment section if you could. What's the lowest it was in 2008, if you know? Oh, I'm in one of these small towns. Let me slow down. They're not getting me no tickets. They're not getting me no tickets. Even as I'm driving down this long Texas road, I see people selling stuff in front of their house. They're along the highway selling stuff in front of their house. Pecans, all kind of stuff. Bags of stuff. Woodworking. There's a Texas tire shop right here with a big old banner on it. People know what's up, right? Because this is what I really believe. I think a lot of people are coasting. I think a lot of people are sitting at home. There's all these antique shops in these small Texas towns where they done cleaned out their grandma's house. And people are like, oh, it's an antique. They come from California. They're like, this is an antique. And they buy it. You know, but for real, I think a lot of people are coasting and they're comfortable. Like money ain't tight. They comfortable. Like, they don't need to do no big major cutbacks. But I can see it, dude. I can see some of these families. where the mom is like, oh, we can't do that. Things are tight right now. But yeah, they still going on vacations left and right. They still doing stuff left and right. So it ain't tight yet, right? It's getting uncomfortable, but it ain't tight yet. Trust and believe you're going to see some new behavior coming up. Again, I keep telling y'all, people go, oh, ain't nobody out here. This one guy was, ain't nobody marrying these single moms. I'm like, yes, they are. Left and right. These women is throwing on the charm and throwing on the dresses and getting married. And a lot of people don't understand. Teamwork makes the dream work. These people ain't stupid. How do you know recessions are coming up? How do you know they're coming up? Thank you, truck, for letting me know the popo up here. Thank you. I appreciate that. How do you know recession's coming up? You got to drive around. You got to pay attention, right? What you're seeing is like, the best examples are if you go in newer neighborhoods, newer built home areas, and it's like you're already seeing like short sale signs or signs for sales or houses looking under duress. Or if you go in a business park, I would tell you this: go where you see some empty business parks and call around and ask about the prices. Or even say, oh, my friend told me it was half that price, right? If they ask you who the friend is, it don't matter who your friend is, just trust. Or ask them, can you get 3 months? Like, there's some techniques people do where they like, oh, well, it would take me, I'd have to come in and build A, B, and C. So I would have to push the payments on the back side of the building. And what does that mean on the back side of the contract? Essentially, you'd come in for a 36-month contract. The first 3 months, you wouldn't pay any rent because you would be fixing the space up the way you want it. And then on the back side, you'd pay those extra 3 months rent on the last 3 months. People do that all the time, but people don't know how to say it or how to negotiate it. That's why a lot of people don't get in these spaces. But again, I just want you to pay attention. Like, people got to pay attention. Like, look around your area. The signs are out here. I know people think I'm being dramatic when I talk about the recession being here. Like, literally, there's a video, and I named my video that, and I think that's why Skynet blocked it. But essentially, the signs of the recession are written on the forehead of the economy. What does that mean? That means look around, like, pay attention. What ends up happening is a lot of us live in a nice, cushy area. We work at a nice place, but we're not paying attention. We're like coasting. We're like in the matrix, right? And I was driving around, and I said there was an area I was in that never had any homeless people. Well, the last time I looked around, all of a sudden there's homeless people, right? All of a sudden, homeless people in this area that I know they usually don't be in. Now, what's funny is I drive by this one area and there's still no homeless people. It's by the rich side of town where there's $1 million homes. Because trust and believe, the police are like, move along, move along. And eventually you're going to have those laws come back in place. Move along laws. Where it's just like, you can't load her here. You can't load her here. Move. You can't load her here. So. What's the price number they were cheap? Like, tell me what's the price number. The dude that's talking about ads, what was the cheapest price number for a page in a magazine? Tell me what I want. Tell me what I need. So, what's the cheapest? If it's 1,300 right now, thanks you, Doug. Yeah, you guys hit the like button. It's 130 of y'all in here, only 47 likes. But yeah, Doug, thank you. If a whole page in a magazine is 1,350, what is the cheapest you've seen it? The cheapest, because I'm telling you, $500 for 85 commercial ads, TV ads in my hometown. That was super appealing. I was like, man, I can be on here all day. I can be on TV all day. I don't care if they play it all night. I'd be on TV all night. Bonjour, Doug. I see that. But yeah, so like, my prime thing is, again, companies who don't market, they're gonna go away. Oh, I saw that mess, Frankie. He's just making it out there for every other male nurse who's always like, we're not scumbags. So anyway, girl, not even nursing career gone, your life gone. Like, creepy. You're a creeper. Pretty sure it's a sexual assault charge too. So right now I have a friend who's talking about buying a bunch of land and raising bison to, you know, for bison meat. And I was like, so smart. But again, you need a lot of land for that. You need a lot of land for bison. It's a smarter way to go because all the hipsters are like trying to go in the new direction, the cleaner meats and stuff. But pay attention to some of this stuff about like farming. You guys are going to see real great deals. You're going to see them selling land for a penny on the dollar. You're going to see people, out here, because I can see it right now. I see people. So what happens is they're like, oh, we don't have any illegal immigrants to fix the land. Okay, well, that's fine. Just pay $10, $11 to get regular folks to come out there and work. Right? A lot of times the reason they're complaining is they're paying $8 or $9 for really hard labor when kids can go work at Chipotle for $12 an hour and just scoop food. Why? Why would they go work on your farm? So you're going to see a lot of different opportunities come up that way. Again, always be checking on buybizsell.com. Always check on Craigslist. Again, people who are, I'm just telling you like this. If you're a mover and a shaker, oh, raising bison? Killer Mike? Well, even in Birmingham, if you look at Birmingham, they isolated the people from where they moved everybody, right? Like they did the white flight. They took them all down to Hoover and Vestavia Hills. And then to ride the public transportation, the bus, to get from downtown Birmingham to Hoover is like an hour and 30 minutes every morning. So people who, they want to work there for low prices, $10, 11 hours, they got to drive an hour and 30 minutes to get over there for $10 an hour. That's why people aren't. So, oh, we got a cattle ranch. That's what's up, Doug. Arlington, Virginia. I think I would dare say Arlington, Virginia is better than Arlington, Texas, but I don't want to get beat up. Y'all, my trainer might get mad, but I definitely want some Dairy Queen. Your girl trying to be good, but I do want the Dairy Queen. Girl, what is up with the people on bicycles in the road today? It is too dangerous out here to be on a bicycle. Y'all, you're going to love my hotel. I got the one that's shaped like the Texas state. It's too cold to be on the river today, but I definitely still want to do it. Amazon headquarters going to Arlington? Man, if you ain't bought up 5 houses already out there, if you ain't already bought 5 houses in Arlington, what are you doing? Which is not cheap. What are the prices of houses in Arlington? Please let me know in the comments. I'm in a small town, so I know there's a stoplight coming up here in a little bit. Who looks drunk? Oh, hey, Doug, all my mods. I need Baby Echo out of here. Thank you, moderators. Get them on out. We got somebody want some attention. Get them on out. Get them on out. Oh. Hide user from channel. You're done. You're gone. You're out of here. Have a great life. Your comment will never show up again. $750 for a townhouse. Woo. 500,000. Woo. That's nice, Doug. I think I've showed y'all this town before. Let me show you again. It's very like nothing here. This is like one of those towns struggling to survive. Now, if you know anything about old Wild West history, this is the train tracks. This used to be a big, why is this important? Because, wherever the train came in, you built businesses around what? The train. That's why you see a lot of these older towns wherever the train tracks is the downtown. She said that was before they started talking about moving here to Pentagon. Ooh, that's rough. Yeah, you might go outside of that. We need to buy a small town. I'm telling you, small towns, man. You know, here's the thing. You see how I'm driving through this town? Now, these storefronts, some of them still got old historical brick and everything. I've seen a lot of people buy up. Like, look at this. I'm gonna show you this. This is a stoplight. You see how that's got that truck hanging out the window? You got this is for sale. Looks like somebody put some work in it, and it looks better than the other two buildings beside it. It's got old cars in the window. It's a blast from the past, and it's for sale, right? Anyway, what you would do is you not only would you try to buy up the small town before it blows up, and then what you do is you offer everybody real low rent for about a good year, 2-3 years, to keep the businesses downtown there. And then you run ads. Like you go on the radio and you start talking about all the businesses on the park. But what you do is you charge the businesses. You go, look, we're going to be marketing this area, this street, and it's a part of your, you can chip in for $50 a pop each month and get your business mentioned, blah, 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 right? People do it all the time. Hey, we're going to buy up a bunch of pages in the community advertiser, stuff like that. Place city meets. That sounds gross. I wish they get a move on. That's how you tell we're getting closer to 5 o'clock traffic. Sorry, excuse me. Anyway, I just thought that was interesting. Yeah, I'll do a little short video showing a small town. Like, what are the costs of the storefronts in the small town? Because it's usually 1 or 2 or 5 families that own up all the small storefronts in town anyway. Any other questions? Any other questions for our rollout? Any other questions for our rollout, y'all? I'm about to leave the small town, so I can't see them. So let's throw them in there if you can. And I guess I'll do some Instagram live, I guess, of the event I'm going to. So check it out there. What's for dinner? Man, I don't even know. I'm going to this very nice place in Houston called Culture. And from the pictures, it seems kind of fancy, kind of bougie, kind of bougie. So, oh, Frankie, go on to Arizona. Treat yourself. But anyway, all right, you guys, this is Erica, the Classy Climb blog. You'll see me more later this afternoon at a wholesaling event. So, hope you guys check me out.